Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. And in this video, we are going to be exploring the EWOK Hunt ENDOR map. So this was a brand new map added to the game in the latest Battlefront update, and you guys have been asking me to explore it to see what secrets it may hold, and that is what we are going to be doing in this video. At the time of recording this video, EWOK Hunt is actually not in the game. DICE have removed it to improve it, so hopefully within the next week we will get it back, because it was only on for less than a week unfortunately, but nevertheless, when it's back it should be better, which is great, and you'll be exploring this map yourself in the near future. But without further ado, let's get straight into exploring what is outside, what's inside the map. So the map outside the playable area is actually really big, and it is very similar to the Survivors of Endor map back from the 2015 Battlefront game. But if you look closely, it's quite a bit different. There is a lot removed from the previous map. For this map, a lot of it is just trees and basic terrain. There's actually a radar dish here that is destroyed. It's fully textured and it's there, and for some reason it's very far out. It's very foggy, so I apologise if the visibility is not good enough. I could not remove that. So there is this shield dish that is absolutely destroyed, but you can't see it from the playable area, which is kind of weird. As you can see, it's pretty basic all around this area. There are some trees and plants here and there, but I'm not really sure why they are there because you can't see them from the in-game playable area, but nevertheless, they do make it look more realistic despite it all being quite low resolution here. There's nothing under the map from what we can see right now. It's pretty basic. Again, I didn't expect any different to be honest, but let's take a look at the actual playable area then, because it's very dense. There are a lot of trees and there's a lot of EWOK village houses and huts all over the place. So again, excuse the fog, but as you can see right here, it's from Survivors of Endor. This area is from some of the edges of the map that you typically can't actually go to. It's sort of out of bounds, but it is from that map. It's just completely different with the different lighting, to be honest. It just looks a lot different, but the hills are quite similar to the previous map as well. Inside the rocks here, you can see that there isn't much going on, but I feel like there is a little bit more rock compared to the Survivors of Endor map in terms of this area. I also have noticed there's a lot more detail with the EWOK huts and villages compared to the first game. You know, we have a lot more stuff that is outside of the huts. This is what it looks inside a ammo crate where you can get those DLT-19s from. And we have a lot of Stormtrooper armor around the map that the EWOKs have taken after the victory of the Battle of Endor to use for musical instruments or war trophies. Here we have a bird-like creature that I cannot recall the name of right now, but I'm sure it does have a canon one. And these fly around the map. They actually look more menacing in the dark because they just flap around, they do make noise, and you see them above you, you think it might be EWOK, but no, it's one of those just harmlessly flying around. I like how the villagers are a lot more grouped up in this map compared to the previous game ENDOR maps, but I still feel like there needs to be more connection to them. There definitely needs to be the odd platform or two that links the larger ones up, because having to jump down to go back up again via the hut system is just annoying personally, and it definitely harms the chance of getting a kill on a stormtrooper. Now these AT-ATs that are lying here are pretty fantastic. They are wonderfully destroyed. This AT-ST is quite buried underneath, to be honest, but there is nothing in there. They just look fantastic, absolutely destroyed. I think the lighting on this map is some of the best in any of the Battlefront maps, because the amount of torches and embers that are on the map just make it so much more lively compared to previous ENDOR maps, and the fog really does give a nice feel. It's annoying, yes, and if you're a trooper you can't see it, but again, it's just a wonderful looking map. The colours are just great. And here we have a trap up close. So as you can see, the tripwire just goes under the map and ends. Simple as that. That's literally it. There is literally nothing to it. Now let's head into the cave system. So the cave system does have some beetles, or centipedes I should say, if I am correct, at the entrance of this cave, but they actually disappear when you get closer. They're like shadows. Unlike in the first game where if you saw creatures they would be solid objects and you could even shoot them sometimes, these are just very low quality, even though when you're playing as a stormtrooper you don't really notice. So this cave system is quite a bit different compared to the Survivors of Endor map. It's got a lot of things different to it. It's more down to the lighting as well. But overall, it's probably going to be familiar to you, but it has had a lot of rework done. So it suits this map more than it did. So it suits this game mode. Of course, we have this infamous hole for the EWOKs to hop down into. So if we go outside the playable area, we can actually find an Imperial shuttle just floating in midair. Crazy. I mean, it's probably just like the ones that we see under the map with the TIE fighters and the X-Wings, and these are to sort of initiate in-game models, and we do have a shuttle at the end of this game mode, so it probably spawns that in maybe. I couldn't get it to trigger in this arcade mod created by Cade, so unfortunately we have no way of seeing the Imperial shuttle come over, but this is all we have to do right now. And if I do discover anything kind of cool in the future that relates to the shuttle that does fly over and pick up the stormtroopers, I will make a video on it. Now let's take a look at Wisties up close, because we don't get to see them up close other than if they're trying to kill us in our face, and at this point we're aiming flashlights at them. But here they are. They're just little dots that do harm you. They offer a lot of damage, to say there isn't that many of them, but I love the way they move around. They're just incredible, really, and it's a nice addition to the game, I think. that's pretty much it for this exploration video. There isn't much else to look at because it's quite a small map in contrast to the other maps. So I'd really appreciate you guys dropping a like and commenting below what you found to be the most interesting in this video. It's been heavily requested by you guys for me to make this video, so that's why I'm doing it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we do have a couple other exploration maps to go through in this series, so stay subscribed if you are new around here, and check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.